According to Sports Pro, Caitlin Clark is the fourth most marketable athlete in the world. Yeah, not just female athlete, not just in the United States, but in the entire.
Have you seen what Caitlin Clark did recently? She didn't just sign a normal sponsorship deal. She actually changed how the whole thing works. Instead of just taking money and saying yes, Caitlin helped make new rules for how the deal works. Her new $13 billion partnership is not just big. It's something totally new and smart. But now, things are getting really interesting. As Caitlin starts making big moves, some WNBA players are reacting in surprising ways. This new deal might change the whole game for women's basketball. And just wait until you hear what Aya Wilson had to say about it. Because her answer brings even more drama to the story.
How? In what way? What does she sell out tens of thousands of Wilson basketballs in 40 minutes? I mean, what has A'ja Wilson done to say that she is worth every penny? And
Wilson and Hyar joining up to launch Caitlin Clark. Basketballs in bold purple and yellow. The Dreamer and Tribute styles will be ready to buy before the holidays, making them the perfect gift for fans. This cool partnership and colorful ads have everyone talking.
Clark just did something nobody has done since Michael Jordan. Wilson Sporting Goods signed the WNBA star to a multi-year deal. She's the first female athlete to have her own collection with Wilson, and it will be built similar to Jordan's collection in the 1980s that included those signature baskets.
This $13 billion deal shows that Aya Wilson is really good at spotting future stars. But Nike made a big mistake. When Wilson saw how skilled Caitlin Clark was, she made a brave and smart choice. Let's go back to the time when Wilson helped sign Clark. It was a huge and strong move. One that changed everything.
the athlete to have a signature basketball with Wilson other than Michael freaking Jordan. Wilson's head of global partnership said, "We haven't done a deal of this magnitude since we did one with Michael Jordan 30 to 40.
As soon as the deal was announced, social media blew up. Everyone was talking about how Aya Wilson signed Caitlin Clark. It was a huge moment in sports. They took a big risk, doing something they had only done once before. And that was with the legend Michael Jordan. Now, Aya Wilson had done something just as big. She had changed women's sports in a big way.
I don't know that I can name an athlete in recent memory that is sold at this level. And there's the key, folks. Caitlin Clark moves products. Caitlin Clark moves merchandise. And here's what I was talking about, too. They mentioned it here. Or in September, Wilson dropped the first Clark-inspired basketball. It sold out in under 40 minutes. Tens of thousands of basketballs snapped up almost.
After Caitlin Clark's first basketball came out, it sold out in just a few minutes. That means tens of thousands of basketballs were gone super fast. This is a big deal. Even Michael Jordan didn't have something to sell like this in recent years. Right now, Caitlin Clark is only the second athlete ever to have her own Wilson basketball. That's why people say, Caitlin Clark sells stuff. In September, she released her first Clark-inspired basketball, and it was completely sold out in under 40 minutes. Wilson, the company, isn't stopping there. They have big plans for Caitlin, because they see something very special in her. Something they've never seen before. Her star power, her skills on the court, and her way of connecting with fans and selling products are all things that make her very valuable. And guess what? So far, their bet on her is working really well.
Shout out to Wilson. I think we all really, really appreciate what Wilson has done. They seem to be the only business, the only entity that has taken Caitlin Clark at face value for what and who she is and the opportunities that can bring. Fully, completely embraced her, been great with their marketing. Product drops. I mean, I don't even know how many different basketballs now, but they've made multiple product drops with, limited quantity, I guess you could say. They're sold out right away. They keep doing.
Caitlin Clark isn't just changing the game on the basketball court. She's also changing how things work in big business talks and sports marketing events. Now people are asking big questions. What does this huge change mean for women's sports? How do companies now view female athletes? How will they speak to sports fans and sell them products? And most importantly, how do they really see women's sports now?
A collaboration with supermarket chain Hy-Vee. They rake in more than $13 billion annually. Huge company, just in time for...
Wilson and Caitlin Clark are about to take things to a whole new level. Their impact on women's sports will be very big. Maybe even history-making. Are you ready to see what happens next? With this $13 billion partnership? The deal with Wilson is just the beginning. Caitlin Clark recently made another big move. But here's the surprise. Instead of just signing a normal contract for herself, she teamed up with Wilson and Hy-Vee, a huge grocery store chain in the Midwest. Together, they are working to support and grow women's sports in a strong way.
And what this is Hy-Vee has announced an exclusive, yeah, that's right, an exclusive drop of Caitlin Clark's Dreamer and Tribute Wilson basketballs. Very cool. Big deal. Good job, Wilson. You know, they probably went and put this together. I mean, maybe Hy-Vee contacted Caitlin Clark first, but, you know, it's probably something.
The story keeps getting deeper. And this is the cool part. When you hear Wilson, you might think of a regular store. But they're not just any company. They're a strong business that's now putting all their energy into Caitlin Clark. And they're not just putting her face on a cereal box. They're working on something totally new and exciting. Something we've never seen before.
Get this, Hy-Vee says it's making a donation to the Caitlin Clark Foundation in honor of her record. $35,690 will be donated. In Clark's basketball career, she's scored 3,569 points to beat the old.
Now comes the fun and exciting part. Guess who's back in the spotlight? Hy-Vee is now releasing special, limited edition basketballs called Clark Dreams and Tribute Wilson basketballs. These basketballs are made to match Caitlin Clark's style. Off the court, how she dresses and shows her personality. Wilson and Hy-Vee are teaming up, like a super team, to create something really special.
At number 4, Caitlin Clark, LeBron James at 3, Vinicius Jr., who is a Brazilian soccer star, and number 1 being Simone Biles. As you can see, Caitlin Clark is the only WNBA player in the top 10, and she's actually the only WNBA player in the top 20.
But why is this such a big deal? Because it changes how people see and support women's sports. This kind of teamwork between a player and big companies is something new and strong. It sets a new standard for how female athletes can work with huge brands in the future. Wilson and Hy-Vee have been with Caitlin Clark every step of the way, showing they truly believe in her. You might remember when they helped her with the Caitlin Clark Foundation, back when she was still living in Iowa.
Strengthening the partnerships she's already built, from basketballs flying off shelves to multi-million-dollar endorsements. CC is at the forefront of athlete brand.
Caitlin Clark isn't just signing deals. She's helping create products that tell her story. Wilson says each basketball shows a different part of Caitlin's journey, from her time playing in Iowa to becoming a big star in the WNBA. This is important because building a brand means more than just selling things. It means sharing who you are. And it's working. A sports website called SportPro said Caitlin Clark is now the 4th most marketable athlete in the whole world.
And her WNBA season has come and gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials. We have not seen any ads. We have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise. And we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoes. It is mind-blowing.
What does this mean for the future? Maybe more big companies will start doing things like this. Taking chances, working in new ways, and putting more money into women's sports. And who knows? Maybe next time a female athlete signs a big deal, people won't be surprised by the numbers. Instead, we'll just expect it. Because girls in sports will finally be getting the respect and support they truly deserve.
Where is Caitlin Clark's shoe? Jersey sales skyrocketed by 500% this season. Where's the
Clark is getting a lot of help from Wilson and Hy-Vee. But what about Nike? You'd think that by now, Nike would be very involved, right? Well, here's where it gets interesting. Nike gave Caitlin Clark a $28 million contract, which sounds huge. But then they stayed quiet. There were no new Clark shoes, no jerseys, no big ads. This made fans wonder, where is the support from Nike?
The shoe, folks, where is it? Paige Becker recently landed her own signature shoe. Crappy shoe, but she got one. And yeah, you're right. Vocal, of course. Why not? We should be vocal. Absolutely.
Sports marketing moves very fast these days. But Nike seems to be falling behind. Caitlin Clark is super popular, and that's no secret. Her jersey sales have gone up by 500%. That means many more people want to buy her stuff. But even with Clark's star power, Nike isn't selling much. It's like they're missing a big chance, even though fans are ready to buy.
Reports Nike wants to prioritize A'ja Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star who just won league MVP for the third time. We have talked about this multiple times on my channel. Is A'ja Wilson currently the best player in the WNBA? Yes. Is Caitlin Clark currently the face of the WNBA? Yes. Do I think if A'ja Wilson dropped a shoe and Caitlin Clark dropped a shoe today at the very same time, that Caitlin Clark would outsell A'ja's shoe by 100 times? Yes.
People who work in the sports world are also very confused. They say Nike should have put Caitlin Clark's face on big signs, started her own shoe line, and done lots of exciting things. But instead it feels like Nike just put her on the bench. Like they're not using her at all.
Absolute and utter embarrassment. Nike should be shut down simply out of shame for the way they have treated.
People say that Nike wants to focus on A'ja Wilson's shoes, instead of making new shoes for Caitlin Clark. But when it comes to who can sell more, that doesn't make much sense. Because it's clear, Caitlin Clark's shoes would be way more popular than A'ja Wilson's.
Had the craziest momentum that we have ever seen with any athlete in the history of ever. And the fact that Nike did not capitalize on that, the fact that they are the biggest athletic sportswear brand in the world, and we didn't hear a peep out of them the entire season, it truly makes me wonder, like, if I were Caitlin Clark's management, and again, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I would be truly rethinking the deal that I signed up.
Things get really wild when you see what's going on. Other companies are making special Clark products, and Wilson is selling out basketballs in just minutes. And now, even Nike can't look away. Just like everyone else, Nike knows how valuable Caitlin Clark really is.
A'ja Wilson, Nike agreed a 6-year contract extension after third WNBA MVP, which was, of course, one of those participation entitlement MVPs. She was awarded the MVP before the season started because of the complaint campaign that she should have gotten it the year before instead of Brianna.
Caitlin Clark is showing that women's sports can bring in a lot of money. Now, it looks like everyone is winning from her success. Except Nike. So what's going on? Is Nike, the biggest name in women's basketball, making a big mistake? Or do they know something that we don't? But the story isn't over yet. It looks like Nike is reacting to Caitlin Clark's big contract. And some people think jealousy might be part of it. Nike has A'ja Wilson, one of the biggest stars in basketball. But they're not using her much. It's like having a cool sports car and just keeping it in the garage. Now fans are talking. Some believe that Wilson's new 6-year deal with Nike happened because she was jealous of all the attention Clark is getting. And many people are asking, can this deal with Wilson really match what Caitlin Clark is doing in the world of business and fame? People are saying lots of things on social media. Some fans are cheering for A'ja Wilson, but others think her deal with Nike isn't real or deserved. Now, the WNBA world feels split. Some people think these brand deals are super important for helping women's basketball grow. Others aren't so sure. Thank you for watching my video.